Hi, welcome back to Logical A Meets World. I'm Cryptoglyphics. Now, if I seem a little more cheery than the first two introduction videos, which were, frankly, ugly, to me anyway, very mechanical. I wanted to start off just getting it out there that it's scary for me to do this. I'm still very anxiety driven, very nervous about this. I'm not, or I do my level best not to be all drab and weird and, I do have a sense of humor. I will bring more to that as we go. But this first series I want to do is called Autism and the Workplace. Now, I don't want this to be all super informative and super facty and things like that all the time. But for this series, it is some serious stuff. They won't all always be this serious. But this one, it is, because while there's a lot of good information in there, it's going to introduce people who don't know some of the challenges and struggles that neurodiverse people have when it comes to being in the workforce. Now, before we start, I did want to take the time to cover the demographics here in America on the population ratio of people who have ASD or autistic spectrum disorder. So as of 2022, 2.2% of adults in America have ASD or autistic spectrum disorder or neurodivergent or have autism, or however you'd like to address it in your own way. Globally, 1% of adults are neurodivergent. When it comes to men and women, 3.6% roughly of men are autistic, and 0.86% of women are autistic. Now, I know when it comes to females and autism, based on some of the more recent studies I've looked at, it is incredibly low, and I expect the data to change in the very near future. Women are so underdiagnosed and often misdiagnosed for a lot longer length of time than their male counterparts. Now, when it comes to minorities are often diagnosed later in life, and they're diagnosed less often. I want to throw in just a quick fun fact in that 44% of those with ASD have an above average IQ. Now, I may be autistic, but I do watch TV and movies from time to time. And I found that it would be very easy for people to assume that when they see autistic characters, to think, oh, they're geniuses and they're super smart and they should be able to get a job anywhere and work for anybody. Based on the digging I did and the data I'm going to share, that's not the case. And if you're curious about reading more about the data, all the links on many of these things that I'm covering will be in the description below. When it comes to neurodiversity and unemployment, the unemployment rate for neurodiverse people in America is between 30 and 40%. Now, that equates to 3 times higher than disabled workers and 8 times higher than normal workers. I found the numbers very, very troubling. It also answered a lot of questions for me, like, is it just me? Is it just how I look or how I move or how I talk that make it so difficult? Is it me? And it turns out with these numbers that it isn't just me. Sadly, though, knowing that it's not just me doesn't provide a lot of solutions there. Now, doing some more digging, I thought, well, maybe college. I tried college for about 18 months, and it was almost as terrifying as regular school. But I looked anyway, and I found that the most recent numbers have it at 35% of teenagers with ASD going to college, but of those, about 15% are employed. So it kind of dispelled a few things there. I know going over a lot of the numbers, it was just like, wow, for such a small population in America, numbers are sure big. And these are things that we'll address in the next video. In the next video, just a little bit of a teaser, we're going to go over some of the challenges that neurodiverse people will run into in everything from the interview process to the average daily life of working with peers in a work environment setting. That being said, I'm going to leave this video here. I appreciate everyone stopping by. If you found this information useful or interesting or both and would like more, please like the video, consider subscribing, and if you want to catch the next video when it drops, ring the bell. Until then, have a great weekend.